The Sun on Sunday reporting today that Gareth Southgate is set to be knighted in the New Year's Honours list. Darren and Kaveh are still here. Thoughts?
I think absolutely yes. He's responsible for some of the great moments on the pitch, but also for reigniting, rekindling, if you like, the relationship between the nation and the England team. And it's really important to remember that, because when he took over, we were in a really, really bad state. There were players who didn't want to join up for the national team. We had had poor performances at the World Cup and in European Championships. There were cliques within the England squad too. And what he did was get players talking to media again. He addressed some of the issues, societal issues, around mental health, around racism, around so many of the things that at the time had been so important. And he empowered players within the squad to come out and feel confident about speaking in the public domain. And he was absolutely the right man for the right time in terms of the England job. I'd argue he took it to another level, because now if you take over as England manager, you can't just say, that's not one for me, I'm only focused on what goes on the pitch. I work in the front end of the newspapers, and so I understand the appetite that there is when you are England manager to speak to the entire country, not just to the footballing contingent. But he was superb at being able to do that. And I think the waistcoats, the Atomic Kitten songs, all of the feel-good factor that he managed to inject into the country when he was England manager. Lots of people remember him for not winning something, but I think his time in charge really was an important moment. I'd say one last thing. We've thrown millions of pounds after head coaches with better CVs, much better CVs than Gareth Southgate, but none of them have given us the moments of joy and excitement that Southgate gave us when he was England head coach.
I don't believe in honours. I don't think anyone should be getting a knighthood, or we should.
Well, it's saying lower down the piece, you might get a CBE, so you're sending that back, are you?
News to me. I don't believe. I don't believe that. We should call anyone sir. But
no, I didn't. Intrinsically, I think you make a very good point.
But I've said before that I think Gareth Southgate will definitely get a knighthood because of the job he did as England manager over 8 years. And I agree with everything that Darren said. It was not just what he did on the pitch, but off the pitch. Yes, I understand the stick that people are going to beat him with is that he didn't win a trophy. Also, that the football sometimes, especially towards the end of his time as England manager, wasn't great to watch. But I think he, overall did a fantastic job. And if anyone's going to get a knighthood, it should be him.
Ironic, you don't like people being called sir when you make everyone in the office refer to you as chief every time you're in here. It's unbelievable. You were speaking to the man who has
stepped... him. He can stay.
Yeah. If you're watching Gummersaw, that was Darren Lewis, not me. You were speaking to the man who's followed him into the seat, Thomas Tuchel, on Friday at the World Cup draw. What did you take from your chat?
I think, it was quite refreshing to see somebody who is so excited and energised and happy to be the England head coach. We have to call him the head coach, not the England manager. But obviously towards Gareth Southgate's, towards the end of his time as the England manager, you sense that he'd kind of had enough of the job and the pressure and everything else that went on around him. So it was quite refreshing to see, somebody who is so happy about being the England head coach. But this is definitely the honeymoon period. And I think the honeymoon period is going to go on for quite a long time, because if you see the qualifying group that England are in, I want to be respectful towards...
Serbia, Albania, Latvia and Andorra, just to confirm.
I mean, England are probably going to qualify with a 100% record. I wouldn't be surprised.
I thought you were going to say 100 goals. Honestly.
They haven't lost a World Cup qualifier for 15 years. Thomas Tuchel is going to be judged on how well England do at the World Cup in 2026. And it is sort of strange that he's only got a contract for 18 months. But being at Zurich at the draw on Friday, you did get the sense of what a big personality Thomas Tuchel is. And he was the sort of, one manager there. I don't want to be disrespectful to all the other managers who were there, but this is a guy who could walk into any big job in world football. You could imagine him managing Real Madrid or Barcelona or Manchester City one day, or Manchester United or Liverpool. So I think the FA have done very, very well to get him, even though it's only an 18-month contract.